There are three ways to play this. One is with a capo on the 4th fret. Two is you can play it tuned down a half a step with a mix of open chords. Or three, you can play it tuned down a half a step and in drop D. This tutorial is going to be in that last version. Tuned down half a step in drop D. There's really only one major chord progression, which is shown right here. The intro part just hangs on a D shape without playing the top string, so none of that. So you're just going to play this shape shown here, and just stay on that, hang out there, and then your index and your middle finger will kind of walk around, basically on these notes. Again, you're just going to fiddle around and walk around randomly on these notes. I got all those highlighted right here, so if you play in that sandbox, you'll be safe. But it more or less does this in the song. Play around with it. I mean, that's not what it actually does in the song, but if you stay in that mood and you just fiddle around, you find something natural for you, play around, have a conversation with the audience. Here's the progression. And then it repeats. So it goes from, it hangs on D for a while, goes to a G, then D, A, and back to D. Now there's that funny G chord, because we're in drop D, which is played like this. I'm not playing the top 2 strings, and the way it's fretted is the middle finger here on what is the 5th fret of the E string, but it's tonally a G flat, because we're tuned down to drop D flat. But this note is a G flat, and then your ring finger hits the 5th fret of the next string, the A string there, and that's a D flat effectively. Your pinky then frets what is a G flat on the D string, and then the next string there, you're playing effectively a B flat with the index finger. So that's the chord. That's how you play a G flat major in drop D flat. Here's that progression with vocals to help you piece it together. I'm hell on heels, say what you will. I done made the devil a deal. Made me pretty, made me smart. I'm gonna break me a million hearts. Hell on heels, baby, I'm coming for you. Yeah. And then it repeats that progression. And I'm coming for you. Now, when I hear the song and I see it played, you kind of watch the people's hands in the video. Sometimes they actually play a D major. And I think that's all right for you to do in the song, but I just kind of leave that out. So it kind of leaves that moodiness, or lets your ear go to the major or the minor, depending on how you hear it. So I'm just doing this shape here. And I'm just effectively muting that top string. If you don't want to go to the trouble of doing the drop D, you can tune it back into standard tuning down a half a step, or just standard tuning. I have it currently in tuned down a half a step from standard, so not drop D. And you could just play chords D, G, and A. So it would sound like this with vocals, and it still gets the point across. I'm hell on heels, say what you will. I done made the devil a deal. Made me pretty, made me So it's your choice if you want to do that kind of the brighter, easier way with the open chords, straight up D major, or you can keep it down in that other version that's a little moodier and is a little trickier at the same time. Choice is yours. All right, that's Hell on Heels. Now I showed you 2 ways to do it. I would prefer the drop D because I think it's a little truer to the song. But I understand if that's tricky and it's hard on the finger picking and it's hard on getting that modified G shape that I showed you. So feel free to do it in a standard tuning or just standard down a half a step with the open chords. The song still works. You can have a lot of fun with it. And it's just about connecting with the crowd, sharing a great tune. Rock on.